Hey, what's up guys? Gangster Jeweler here. So today we're going to be working on a ring that comes to us from Value Pawn. And this is a ring that we're going to be sizing from needs to be sized to, looks like an 8.5. And our ring is currently a 9. So, and after doing the stone video, these are all diamonds, so we're not really worried about the stones too much. It's a 9, and it's kind of like a tight 9. But what we're going to go ahead and do is, let's see here. We'll go ahead and zoom in, and we are going to go ahead and mark where we need to cut. So we're going a half size down, so we need to look for our half size. There's our half sizer. And what we're going to have to do is we need to go ahead and we're just going to take this and we're going to rake it across. We just want to make 2 lines, which you might be able to see that or you might not. You should be able to see we made 2 lines right there. 2 little lines right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and we can grab our cutters. And here's where the jewelers of the internet will flip out, because you're supposed to use a saw, but you're wasting so much time. You don't have to be exactly precise on this. Been doing it this way for 30 years, never had a problem. And we're just going to cut right at them lines that we just made. Like so. Okay, now we got that little gap there, but before we close this gap, we want to go ahead and take our cutting disc and we want to even each of these sides out. We want to make them even. So let's go ahead and change to our cutting disc here. And we're just going to even the sides out. We just want them to be smooth. Okay. Now, if you don't have a pair of these, you need to get a pair of these, because you're going to need these for ring sizing. So this is your crimpers, kind of to bend down. Now we don't have any stones coming down the side or anything, so we're not really worried about that. So what we're going to do is just crimp down a little bit. Crimp down a little bit. And we want it to be even. You want to make it as flush as you possibly can. Still need to bend that down just a little bit. There we go. See, now we're even. Don't have a huge gap there. So we are ready to weld this bad boy. So let's go ahead and get her prepared. Let's go ahead and dip it in our boric acid denatured alcohol. And let's get ready to weld. Go ahead and start our torch. Alright, let's go ahead and set this on fire. Burn that denatured alcohol off. Okay. Then you see we got that nice little white coating going on. That's a nice fire protectant. Try to help with fire skill. And let's straighten this up a little bit. And let's cut us a piece of solder. Go ahead and do that. And let's put us a little flux on here. Let's adjust our flame a little bit here. All right. Let's go ahead and grab our solder, get it on our pick. And we're just going to heat this a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh boy, we lost our solder. How many times have I done that now? I think I've lost the solder in just about every video. I think it's from the freaking filming. Still trying to learn how to film and work at the same time here. Let's see if we can't find it. Couldn't have went too far. Let's zoom back out for a second here. Couldn't have went too far. Come on, where'd you go? Where'd you go? I think I found it. Maybe. Let me see. Oh, there we go. I found it. All right. There it is right there. All right, let me get you guys zoomed back in here. All right, take two. Let's grab our solder, get it on the pick. Let's heat our ring up again. Okay. Now we're just going to kind of go back and forth. Being very easy with the heat, but also need it to flow. And this, you know, like in these videos I can show you how to do this stuff, but the only way you're going to learn is practice. It's like torch, how much heat, how much to come off, how much heat to put. That's just something you learn by just doing. You can't teach the torch mastery, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. You have to do it. Now we need to get this torch a little bit hotter, because this should have flowed by now. Okay. And we'll just heat her up just a little bit. Don't try to keep your torch in one place. You just want to kind of move it around, get the whole ring hot. Now if you got stones coming down the side, you might not want to do that. Well, this thing's being a little stubborn today, isn't it? Let's get a little hotter here. There we go. And we're just back and forth. There we go. There she went. Okay. So let's zoom back out for just a second. This is diamond, so I'm not worried about dropping it in water. So we can go ahead and touch it. And you can see that now we have got our spot welded there, and it has went all the way through to the bottom. Now what we need to do is try to round this out a little bit and get it to a 8.5 if we can. So we're at about an 8.25, which is where we want to be. You always want to be just a little bit smaller, because if you try to make it right on, by the time you clean it and everything, it'll end up being too big. So you want it to be just a little bit smaller. go ahead and we're going to use our rubber mallet to just kind of round this out a little bit. Just kind of round that out a little bit. Now we're at about an 8 1/4. We need to go to 8 1/2. So let's go ahead and make that happen. Now to do that, we're going to go ahead and get our ball peen hammer here. This might take me a second to find it. Zoom out for a second here. I went through majority of the day and cleaned it out, so everything's a little more in disarray than it usually is. So that's why it might take me a second to find it here. But then once I kind of get everything back in place in my drawer, then it's like organized chaos. If you know what I mean. Come on, where are you at? Where are you at? Show yourself, damn it. Come on. There you are. There's our good old ball peen hammer. Let's zoom back in here. Alright, now we got to be careful because you see these sides are hollow. Okay? They're hollow on the sides. So we don't want to be tapping. Now with the rubber mallet you can tap the sides lightly, no problem. But with this, no. You'll cave the sides in. So we're only tapping on the bottom to make it a little bit bigger. So we're only tapping on the bottom. Okay. Only tapping on the bottom. And now what we're going to do, just a little bit, is we're going to take our mallet, we're going to take our ball peen hammer, and we're going to tap it like this a little bit. Only on the bottom. We're not doing it on the sides, just on the bottom. Okay, and then we want to flip it over and do it on the opposite side of the ring. You always want to make sure that it's the same size on both sides when you flip the ring over. We're just tapping lightly. And you can see we're almost to 8 1/2 there. Just very lightly. Okay. Now it says it's an 8 1/2 on this side. It's a very tight 8 1/2, so I don't think we're there quite yet. Now let's go ahead and do this side. Okay, and then we're gonna just tap this a little bit here like this. going to do the same thing over here after we flip it. Now we're almost there. We're kind of sitting between 8.5 and 8.25 right now. So we're not there yet. Alright, let's do some more tapping this way. Alright, she is at about an 8.5. Okay. And we are at an 8.5. On that side, let's check the other side. We're 8.5. Alright. So we got our ring the size that we needed. Now we just need to clean this mess up here that we got. So let's go ahead and do the inside first. Let's go ahead and grab our inside rock, clean the inside up a little bit. Okay, now you see we kind of got the inside cleaned out there a little bit. It's a little rough right now, but we're going to go back and smooth that out. Now we're going to clean the outside of the shank and the sides a little bit. And we're just going to use a rock to just kind of quick and file down the outside here. Okay, so we got the outside kind of cleaned up a little bit. One little spot here. And the rock, using this rock is very aggressive, so you don't want to put a lot of pressure. You're just trying to clean it up a little bit, because you will grind the shank off for sure. You just keep grinding and grinding away at it. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and get our wedge here. We need to grab our file, our metal file. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the file to kind of even these, kind of the edge there, kind of blend it in a little bit. Okay, and we'll go over the top just one time. All right, we're starting to look like a ring here. Now what we need to do is we need to make where we welded on the side, we need to blend it in with the shank, and we're just very lightly going across. You don't want to put a lot of pressure. You don't need a lot of pressure. Remember, you don't need a lot of pressure on the sides. And sometimes it'll come out pretty good. You won't even need to do this. But I like to do it just to be on the safe side. This way I know it's even. Okay, we're looking pretty good. Let's see, let's do this top a little more right here. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. Alright, now let's go ahead and these scratches that we got inside and on the outside here, we need to smooth that out. Make that look a lot better. So let's start with the inside first. Let's go ahead and knock that out. Alright, looking good. So now you can see the inside of that is looking a lot smoother than it was. Okay, inside's looking good. Let's go ahead and get this outside and the side straightened up. We need to switch to a different tool here. Can you see how that's taking the scratches out of there? It's not as rough as the other side. So we're smoothing that out a little bit. Alright, you can see we got that nice and smooth now. Now let's go ahead and take care of the sides here real quick. And we want to kind of do the inside there a little bit. Kind of even that out a little bit. Okay. I think we are pretty much where we want to be on that side. So let's go ahead and do the other side. We're just going to be doing the same thing. All right. I think we are where we want to be. Let's check the size one more time here. So we are 8.5 and 8.5. All right. So we got this sized. We got it all cleaned up. The only thing left for us to do now, I'm gonna drop it in the ultrasound, and then we'll go polish it, and then we'll look at the finished product, guys. Be back in just a second. All right, guys. We are back with that ring, and we are ready to get her polished, ready to get her done. So let's go ahead and first we need some power. That might help. Let's go ahead and get our buffer on. Let's get this thing polished to make it look good. Ooh, look at that. That looks nice. Alright, let's go ahead and get the sides buffed here. Look at that. It's coming out good. It's coming out good. Alright, let's go do the inside of the ring now. And flip it up on high here a little bit. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here. Alright guys, I think we are all polished up. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is go drop this into ultrasound, and then we'll come back and look at the finished product, guys. Alright guys, we're back with that ring. As you can see, we got it all clean, polished, looking darn good. Look at that. So if you would like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you leave a comment down below, I usually try to reply to all comments. If you'd like for me to do your repairs, you can visit my Etsy shop. The link for that will be down in the description. And if you'd like to leave a tip or donation to help the channel grow, that's fantastic, or would be appreciated for sure. But if not, that's okay. I appreciate you watching. And this is the Gangster Jeweler. I'll see you on the next one, guys.